Hi, Army. More Jungkook awards in America than local artists. Is this the reason? Facts that Korean media never broadcast. Jungkook is more recognized in America than in his own home. When someone mentions the American Music Awards, what comes to mind is usually the big names of the entertainment industry: Taylor Swift, Beyoncé, or even Harry Styles. But behind the gleam of Hollywood cameras, behind glitzy events like the Billboard Music Awards and MTV Video Music Awards, there's one name that's quietly overtaking many of America's own artists, and more astonishingly, it's not California, not New York, and not even the West. His name is Jungkook. Yes, BTS Jungkook. The South Korean boy is now a global phenomenon and quietly has bagged more music awards in America than most local artists who even grew up in the heart of the music industry itself. The question is, how did this happen? And more importantly, why does the South Korean media almost never discuss it? This is not just an ordinary achievement. This is an irony. A young man who used to cry silently in his dorm room, who harbored longing for his family, who never felt enough despite having worked twice as hard as others, is now being hailed by foreign countries, while some of his own country's media are busy reporting who is more handsome or who has just left the army. Did you know that by mid-2025, Jungkook has won more than 47 major awards in the United States, including Top Global Artist on Billboard, Best Performance on iHeartRadio, and even International Song of the Year at the MTV Music Awards? This fact is not just amazing, it is an anomaly in the world music industry. And as always, not everyone is ready to accept this fact. There are those who even call Jungkook's success in America a coincidence. Some dare to insinuate that Jungkook is just riding the popularity of BTS, or even more extreme, marketing products. But let's be honest, how many artists can sell one solo song to 1 million digital copies within 24 hours? How many singers can sing live on the Grammy stage as the first Asian guest artist in history, without dubbing, without assistance, and even without lip-syncing? There is only one answer: Jungkook. And no, this is not luck. Jungkook is a young man who grew up not to be famous but to survive. He did not come from a big agency in the beginning, was not the son of a conglomerate, and even, this is a bitter fact that is often forgotten, he had to work hard from the age of 13 to reach the international level. While the other kids are busy with online games and schoolwork, Jungkook is already choosing between choreography rehearsals or skipping dinner, between getting enough sleep or fixing her vocals in the studio overnight. And now, his sacrifice is living proof. America values his hard work more than many of the people he grew up with. So what's really going on behind all this? Is Korea too busy looking for thrills to forget that they once gave birth to a jewel called Jungkook? Or rather, is there something bigger at play behind the scenes? Is this just the beginning of the great truth that has been hidden for so long? What happened was not really a coincidence, nor was it just a momentary trend. It is the result of something deeper, more complex, and more painful than many people imagine. Behind the award after award that Jungkook won on the international stage, especially in America, is hidden an irony that will probably make you wonder: who really appreciates Jungkook the most? Korea, where he was born, or America, a country you didn't even know existed? The year 2022 became the most crucial turning point in Jungkook's career. At a time when most Korean artists are trying to adjust to the pressures of conscription and shifting trends, Jungkook is taking the biggest risks of his life. She released a solo track titled 7, which surprisingly immediately shot to the top of the Billboard Hot 100 chart, beating out big names like Olivia Rodrigo and Travis Scott. Rolling Stone described the song as an unexpected masterpiece from an unexpected voice. But do you know what's more surprising than that? At a time when the American media was busy reviewing the song, calling Jungkook the next global vocal prince, the South Korean media were silent. There are hardly any big headlines in Korean newspapers that discuss the success out loud. Some media outlets even prefer to comment on minor controversies about Jungkook's hairstyle rather than his global triumphs. And this is where the biggest wounds grow. In America, Jungkook is hailed not only because he is handsome or popular, They see the results of hard work. They honor dedication. Even the notoriously cynical music critics took their hats off. He's not just an idol. She is a true artist who combines technique, emotion, and Asian identity in one perfect package. Billboard magazine wrote in an in-depth review of Jungkook's solo concert in Los Angeles. While in his own country, some senior columnists blatantly called Jungkook's success overrated and a product of the BTS promotion team. One critic even wrote, "Without BTS's name, there would be no Jungkook on the world stage." This irony has left many international fans angry and confused. Is it true that the love of the fatherland means having to turn a blind eye to the achievements of his nation? Due to the fact that, in 2024 alone, Jungkook won more awards in America than artists like Selena Gomez or Doja Cat. She took home 3 Billboard trophies in one night: Top Streaming Song, Top Global Artist, and Top International Collaboration. At the MTV VMAs, she was nominated for Best Pop, Best Editing, and Song of the Year. Amazon Music even named Jungkook as the first Asian singer to be included in the top 5 most streamed artists in the US list that year. But let's delve deeper. Why can this happen? The answer may not be sweet. It may even make some people angry, because Jungkook, different from other idols, did not come to America with the intention of adapting. It came with a mission: to show that Asian voices can stand on a par, even superior to any voice in the world. And that's not something that's easy to do. Even the Americans themselves initially underestimated him. I remember the first time I performed on the American solo stage. I could feel the skeptical glances of the producers behind the scenes, Jungkook said in an interview. They see me not as a singer, but as an Asian child who carries the weight of global expectations. That's heavy, but I choose to prove myself, not explain who I am. And he proved it, many times. Without having to bend, he didn't change his voice to sound like an American singer. It does not impose a false British accent. It remains him, Jungkook from Busan, South Korea. But the world accepts and recognizes its authenticity, because what it does is pure, emotional, and real. Unfortunately, not all parties welcomed the success with a warm hug. Some senior music officials in Korea even openly said that Jungkook should focus more on building an image domestically rather than pursuing the American market too much. One former executive in the broadcasting world even called Jungkook's promotional style too Western, a statement that later drew condemnation from global fans and cultural observers. Because how can a child of a nation that is recognized by the world even question his loyalty to his own country? In fact, if we look at the data, every award Jungkook receives in America, every trophy he holds, every stage he steps on, is always accompanied by one sentence: "I am from South Korea."